Hello, let me show you fast how we can populate our database with some dummy data using a package called Bogus. Let's kick it. If we go back to our project that we did last time with game developers, we can go ahead and install, manage NuGet packages, browse, and let's find Bogus. And it's the first one. A simple and sane data generator for populating objects that support different locales. So let's install this one. So easy as 1, 2, 3. So we installed that one. What we need to do now is to create something that is a helper method. And why helper method? I mean, we can do everything here inside program.cs. But what I like to do is create just maybe a helper folder or something similar. But in this case, let's not do that because this is a database helper. So let's create only one class here that is a database helper, or this in particular will be seeder helper. Seeder because we're seeding something into the database. We're populating our database with some dummy data. So let's call it the database seeder helper. Nice. And let's create public void, and let's call our method public static void. It will be, and let's call our method seed dummy data into db. Let's call it like that. And what it will take in as a parameter, it will be the web application that we are building. Since we want to do stuff that we wanted to do here, we need to extract this part because we would like to work with services. So here we registered our service, that is the database context, so our database. And what we will do, we will try to access the app, extract the service, and use it in order to populate it with some dummy data using this particular package. So let's do that. So the first thing that we're going to need is going to be var scope. And what this is, let me show you, services that create scope, is that we are here going to, or we can read as well, creates a new scope that can be used to resolve scope services. And what we're trying to resolve with this one is the database. So if we do it like this, var database, or let's call it our database is the scope dot service provider dot get required service, and we will get our app db context. So with this line of code, we extracted the database from the dependency injection, dependency container, through this service provider. So that's what we did here. And now that we have our database here, we can start doing some fun things. So first, what we would like to do, well, is that we want to check if we already have some dummy data in the database, right? So let's see if we have our database dot maybe some developers. So if database developer dot any, then we will not run this method or everything that comes afterwards. So here we will start using Bogus package. So how you use it is like this. Let's see. Let's declare maybe technology. So technology fake data. And that is new. Faker is what we use from Bogus. And let's declare game technologies. And we can have a rule for And now we have the type for name and F for noun. So what this does is create a object of type of the class faker, as you see with the English locale, and we set the rules for the name that it will be hacker gibberish. And that will create something like interface, firewall, or something like that. So that's for the technology. So once we have that, then what we can do like this. We can have dummy technologies. Technologies is the same as tech fake data, generate, and then let's take 15 of them. So here is how we declare or generate 15 of the fake data for the technologies. So what we need to do then is our database. So set it in our database, populate it. So let's do our database, technologies, add range, and then we add dummy technologies. So let's go through it again. First, what we need to do in this helper method is access our app in order to create a scope that will resolve our DB context. So we extract our application DB context from our dependency injection. We check, we have a small catch here, if statement, that if some developers exists, for example, then we don't want to seed, we can continue doing that. But as of now, we don't have any developer in the database. And then what we do here is first populating database with fake technologies data. So that is what we are doing here. First, we use the faker class that comes from Bogus. We use our game technologies where we say that we have a rule for the name that will be a hacker noun. So returns a noun. Then we generate 50 of them or 15 of them, and then we save it to a dummy technologies variable that we add to our database. So this will be a list, and we add it to the database. So let's do exactly the same for the developers. So we have a dev, we have a name that is a person and full name, and we have a studio name, company name, and we generate 10 of them. We can do the, let's see, project as well. The project, pick random and not technologies, but we will use the pick random, it would be dummy technologies to list. And then we can attach the projects to each developer, and then instead of context, it will be our database. So we have our developers. Here we have our projects, and for each developer, we assign the game projects, and then we populate our database, and we save changes. So let's take now this database seed helper. Let's go to our program.cs. Then I can, if I want maybe here as well, if the environment is development, just to be sure, I can call my database seed helper, and I can call my seed dummy data here. Nice. So if I first now go to my database, so if I navigate to my SQL SQL Server Management Studio, and I go to my developer, I can see that I don't have anything here. So let's run my, because this will run or this will execute when I run my application. So let's run, see what happens. Yes, you can see that something happened here. A lot of different stuff, right? Database, nice. So if I can directly execute the game developer that we API endpoint that we have before and just extract everything. As you see, we get a lot of different stuff. And that stuff actually comes from the database. So if I go to developer now and select, you can see that I have 15 or 11 to it's 10 different developers. What we did 15 was technologies, right? Yeah, 15. So we had 15 different technologies. So that's how you can fast use the Bogus to fast populate your database with some relevant dummy data that is not so actually dummy, but because you have a lot of different options to choose from when it comes to the settings and the rules for your models. So this has been the Bogus. If you like it, you can try it out. Otherwise, of course, you can do everything manually and create your own dummy data. Yes, take care. See you in the next one.